Thank you for watching HackTheFile. I'm Michael Lopez, and today we're going to be looking at the Kali Linux Tools book. Enjoy. So, I think we were supposed to do picking up on this book, Kali Linux Made Easy for Beginners and Intermediates. It basically goes through all the tools. Um, we left off on the wireless hacking tools. Now, this is a very interesting and fun chapter, but we're going to have to skip it because I don't have um, a wireless adapter that Kali Linux can put into monitor mode. So I have to buy one, and they're like $60, depending on what you buy. I'm gonna have to buy one and then plug it in, and then I can run these tools that are very interesting. So what this tool does, Kesmet, is I mean, it does a lot of stuff, but they're using it to put your wireless chip into monitor mode or your wireless card. That way that we can monitor and see what's going on and what other um, uh, Wi-Fi we have out there, right? And then they use Wi-Fi to scan um, to see if there's any networks out there to try to crack into or hack into, which is cool. Then this Fern Wi-Fi cracker does the same thing, but it's a graphical user interface, which I'd probably use this one. So we're gonna have to come back to this one when I buy one of those cards, and then we can hook it up. In reality, if you're a criminal and you're out there trying to hack into Wi-Fi's to get on people's networks and then exploit them or whatnot. Run scans and then exploit them, see what versions they're using or whatever vulnerabilities they have. You're gonna want you're gonna want to use this, right? So this is very important. This is your gateway in, and uh, I'm gonna have to invest in one of these cards, and then we can come back and then I'm gonna do this, right? Um, this is an awesome chapter. So let's say you can't. Let's say you're in. You know, you can't find any vulnerabilities in a coffee shop, right? On the Wi-Fi, on the coffee shop's Wi-Fi. Well, that limits your attack power, right? But if with a tool like this, it broadens, and then with other tools, it broadens your attack surface, right? You can run a program like you can run this type of stuff, and then you can find everybody's Wi-Fi networks. You can try to hack as many as you can, right? Try to get into them. Then your attack surface, widens with this type of tools. But I'm not condoning crime or anything. I'm just saying this is how criminals do it, right? Whatever side of the fence you're on, you need to understand the tools they're using, and you need to have used them yourself as well. I would say. Right? Now, this one, what we would do is we would get that adapter, and then we'd scan just to run the program and stuff. I wouldn't show you any of the networks, and I wouldn't try to crack anything. Maybe try to crack mine, and that's about it. You know, but you get the concept of it. So we're gonna skip that for now. We're gonna go to part 6. I got to get that adapter. Like I said, it's $60, and then got to wait for it to come. But we'll do this in part six: web application attacks. Previously looked at some web application vulnerability scanners such as Zap and Nikto. In this section, we're going to take a look at other web attacks such as databases and CMS, such as WordPress and Joomla. I've used the WordPress attack, that they're the tool in here to attack WordPress. I've used it before, and it works very good. I actually wrote a Python program that has the commands of this built into it, or the Python versions of it to use the command. So database tools in this category are especially effective at performing database vulnerabilities, check vulnerability checks, and exploitation. The most popular tools in the category are SQL Map. SQL Map is an open source database assessment tool that automates the detection and exploitation of SQL injections, allowing for the compromise of database servers. SQL Map has a detection engine that allows it to offer features such as data fetching, database fingerprinting, database file system access, and database command execution. This tool supports databases such as MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, SQLite, Microsoft SQL Server, IBM, and Max. SQL Map is a Python written program and is one of the most powerful and popular SQL injection automation tool. The illustration below shows an SQL map attack on a multi-day vulnerable, multi, what? Multi-day vulnerable web application in Metasploitable 2. Check out check out more on www.sqlmap.org. So here's the www.sqlmap.org, and what I do is I click on them, then I save them. That way I can refer back to them when I want. SQL Map is an open source penetration tool that automates the process of detecting and exploiting SQL injection flaws. Taking over the database server, it comes with a powerful detection engine, many niche features for ultimate penetration tester, and a broad range of switches testing from database fingerprinting over data fetching from the database to access underlying file system, executing commands on the operating system via out of band connections. Features, and this is all the features. So this is awesome. If you want to learn more about SQL Map, you've got it right there. I don't know what this is. Oh, Mutilidae, born to be hacked. There's a picture of that. SQL Ninja. Oh, these pictures suck. SQL Ninja is a database exploitation tool used to exploit. Let's see if we have the. Before we go any further, let's see if we have that. Um, database. SQLite database browser. SQL Map. We do have SQL Map. Usage of SQL Map for attacking targets without prior mutual consent is illegal. It is the end user's responsibility to obey all applicable local, state, federal laws. Developers assume no reliability and are not responsible for any misuse or damage caused by this program. And it says, please enter full target URL. Jeez. It's that easy, huh? Okay, so let's go back to. So this shows you how to use everything, and it's pretty damn self-explanatory. Oh, what fun I'd have with that! All right, SQL Ninja is a database exploitation tool used to exploit web applications that run Microsoft SQL as its backend database. So if somebody uses Microsoft SQL, then SQL Ninja is the way to go. This tool creates a shell on the remote host. Once it discovers an SQL injection, it can check out more. Oh wait, this tool creates a shell on the remote. Man, it creates a shell. Man, that's awesome. On the remote host, once it discovers an SQL injection. So once it discovers an injection, it can create a shell. You can check out more information on SQL Ninja by reading the manual, documentation, or visiting resource page. And we're going to go to this right here. SQL Ninja, a SQL server injection and takeover tool. Man, there's a shiny new data extraction method in the alpha of the new release. It uses wait for based injection, slow and DNS tunneling fast. It is still a bit experimental, but it could help you in your next penetration test. This shows you how to use it, all the features it has. I mean, this is awesome. Linux, and I'm going to save this. Bam. So if I need to, like, how do I use this again? Boom, there it is. I go back to there. Vega. Vega is an open source testing and scanning platform. Let me see. I want to see what, before we go further, I wanted to see which ones it actually has. So database assessment. So it's only got two. It doesn't have SQL Ninja. It doesn't have Vega. So these are. It only has SQL map. So these ones you'd have to download, right? Vega, but it's compatible with Kali. So Vega is an open source testing and scanning platform written in Java for web applications. And these might be obsolete. Vega helps in identifying and validating SQL injections, cross scripting or XSS, and other. I mean, no, XSS. I think that is. I don't know. And other vulnerabilities in a web application. Yeah, cross script. Um, it can also be included in web via JavaScript APIs. For more information, is available. So JavaScript. This one uses JavaScript. I could do a little bit of Java too. Vega helps you find and fix cross-site scripting. There you go. SQL injection and more. Vega is a free open source web scanner and web security test platform to test the security of web applications. Vega can help you find and validate SQL injections, cross-site scripting, inevitability, disclosure system, sensitive information, and other vulnerabilities. It's written in Java, GUI based, and runs on Linux. Man, GUI based, huh? And if you want to download it, there it is right there. But you got to make sure you trust these downloads. This book, I don't know how much I trust this book. What happens is these, it might not even be the book, it might just be this site. So I would always run a virus scan on this and everything before you do anything on here. Before you click that download or anything, or before you go here, I take that, run it through a virus total, Um, do some background research on this, make sure it's a legit site. But even if you do that, yeah, well, Virus Total should be okay because if somebody got a virus from this site, they'd probably report it. Hopefully, see how long this domain's been up because you could think hackers can hack this and then just mess with, put viruses in this shit. I'm telling you. Yeah, see, look, Kali Linux has discontinued Vega from their latest releases, so you probably can't. And it says it's using Java. That's why. I don't know, man. Java is universal, so maybe not. Who knows? CMS tools. CMS, or Content Management System, is a system that manages the development of digital information. Some of the most popular CMS include WordPress, Joomla, and Drupal. In this section, we're going to look at some of the tools Kali Linux has for finding and exploiting vulnerabilities in CMS, and that stands for Content Management System. WordPress Scanner. Now, like I said, I used this before. It works great. Um, WordPress Scanner or WP Scan is a WordPress vulnerability scanner used to scan WordPress installations for vulnerabilities in themes, plugins, and database. You can launch it by typing WordPress scan command in the terminal. So we'll do that. And this is only in that it only works. So there's your WP scan. So this only works with websites that have WordPress, that are built on WordPress. So how would you figure that out, right? You would you would run a scan to see what they're using. Um, you can provide other parameters to include in the scan. Once the scan is completed, WordPress will list all possible vulnerabilities shown as shown below. So yeah, you would have to scan the website to see if it was a WordPress website. Yeah, it had minor technicalities here. So let's go to the next one. Uh, Joom Scan. Because of its flexibility, Joomla is the second most popular CMS. Joom Scan is a tool for scanning Joomla-based websites for possible security flaws. Developers and web gurus normally use this tool to find errors in web applications. Here is the tool. Here is how to use the tool. To launch Joom Scan, open the terminal and enter Joom Scan params. You can use the help flag to find more information on required commands. To scan a certain website, use Joom Scan, U, target, and then the URL. Action step. Orient yourself with using these various web application attack tools we have discussed in this part of the guide. Alright, so let's just look this one up real quick. Was it Joom Scan? Zoom scan. Ah, someone installed Zoom scan. Um, there's Zoom scan. All right, so let's go back and let's go back to the first one. So let's have fun with this a little bit. Database tool, SQL map. Did we have that one? We did. That's here. And this one seems like it's way easy. It says enter the full target URL. I'll make this a little bit skinnier. That changed starting wizard interface. Okay. Um, let's see how we're gonna do this. This tool supports databases such as let's okay, the illustration below shows a SQL map attack, multi-day vulnerable web application exploitable too. Let's find that. Let's find this. And I can't spell. Application target, providing a target for web security training. This is the one I think I was using. See, my SQL, so be able to hack that one. Information disclosure SQL. Okay, this one says Google Gruyere. We don't often see words cheese and hacking used together, but this website is full of holes, just like delicious cheese. Gruyere is an excellent choice for beginners who want to learn how to locate, exploit vulnerabilities, and then how to fight against them. It also uses cheesy coding, and the entire design is based on cheese. To make things easier, it's written in Python and categorized by vulnerability kinds. They begin you with a brief description of the vulnerability you'll locate, exploit, and identify using black box or white box hacking, or a combination of both. For each task, some of them are, although some prior knowledge is required, web application exploits and defenses. Learn how hackers find vulnerabilities. Okay, to set up, to access Gruyere, go to HTTP start app engine will start a new instance of for you. Assign a unique ID and redirect it to H where was his unique ID. Alright. That one might be the easiest one to mess with. Okay, so then we'll go to here. Ugh, always some problem. Alright, I'm gonna have to do this another way. I don't think I don't think it's gonna let me on my for some reason on here it's blocked. Well, that sucks. I don't know how to unblock this, and I don't feel like researching it. McAfee.com. Man, so I can't do that on this one. How can I do this? Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I need to. All right, let's just see if I can run this without looking at it. So, post data. have no idea what that did. Let's try something else. So I need some kind of post and get parameters. So we can do help. So this one we'd have to mess with, but I mean, we have a website. That's basically how you get the website to hack legally. We can hack this one. Um, let's look up another one. Let's do that one. I needed more information. I'm not going to sit here for 30 minutes and play with it. You guys can. I'm just trying to show you how you can do research to find legally hackable things to play with this on. You won't get in trouble. You can download this. I had this downloaded, but not on my VM. Let's look up WordPress, right? And see if we can, right? So let's see if we can play with that one a little bit. So that's what you do. This is the same one we did. So this is the one. I don't think any of these had WordPress. Okay, so I think that's what I did. I created a domain for WordPress. I don't remember. So this one, you'd have to create a free WordPress website, and then you can hack your own website, right? I mean, you have permission to. So So this is where WordPress, Linux, WordPress is state of the art publishing. And then I think I did this. I don't remember. Um, so I installed all this, and I had my own WordPress website, and then I hacked it. I mean, there's many ways you can skin a cat. Uh, so this is the one we already did. This is the easiest one, but it's not made by WordPress. Made with Python. So if you want to try that WordPress one, you're gonna have to create a WordPress. You're gonna have to Google to see how to do a WordPress, set up your own WordPress site, and then you you just hack it. I mean, you give yourself permission to hack it. Um, let me see what my WordPress site is. I can open up my old program that I wrote to hack and see what I used. I can pull up the website, and then we could try it. Open up the damn script. What's going on here? Why can't I open this? Ha! I still have the WordPress login. All right, let's try that WordPress. I think I have the. So you have to go to WordPress website and create a WordPress um, uh, website. But I'm going to use my old one I have here. All right, so let's see if I can run this again. WPCN. So now this is scanning vulnerabilities in this URL login page. Now this is my uh, URL, my page, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I probably have to open that somewhere. Maybe that's an old URL that doesn't work anymore because I haven't opened it in years. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Can't be reached. It's gone. Yeah, that WordPress website is gone. I mean, it's been closed or something. So, um, what we can do is, what I think I'm going to do anyways, is I'm going to open one of these. So, what I recommend is, um, this top tip. Look up something like this. What's going on here? Look up a website like this, and 8 vulnerable web applications to practice hacking legally, and pick one of these. Mess with a couple of them. I just did this one. You know, um, but it's Splittable 2. I have this one already, but um, the damn vulnerability iOS app. That's probably fun if you want to hack phones. Practice. This one I'm gonna download to probably make a video of it, getting it all set up. I think that'd be awesome. This one's got all your. This one's got all your stuff built in. And I can even YouTube this and see if it's even worth it. But this one looks cool, and they reference this one in the book. So um, apparently, you can use these tools on this website. But that's how you would do this section. Um, and this Zoom scan, same way. Um, I didn't put together a plan for this chapter or this video, so I just winged it. I just winged it. Excuse me. And that's how you would figure this out if you want to try to practice these and run these tools. And these are fun. You can run these scans to find vulnerabilities. So you can download SQL Ninja, Google all this stuff, pause it, get this down. Do a lot of research on this if you want to focus on this type of stuff. I know a lot of companies that are hiring for pen testers, and they use a lot of these applications, or they have to do a lot of this stuff, right? They have to. run vulnerability scans and stuff, and they probably use industrial scanning tools. They'll train you on them and all that, but it's good to practice and understand what you're doing, and to have been able to say you've done it before, right? And say, yeah, I've ran SQL map, and I've looked for vulnerabilities, and I downloaded Multiliday or whatever the heck it's called, Multiliday, Born to be hacked. I've downloaded this or that. I Googled and researched, free tools, and it's good to say, be able to say things like that, because you're gonna have to figure out how to exploit all this stuff legally, anyways, right? You can't tell them, well, yeah, I ran a criminal enterprise where I used this to scan victims, and I hacked them, and I stole this. And I mean, you're not gonna be able to tell them that. Okay, you're not gonna get a job, a legit job. So the only other way is to tell them this. You know, I follow HackTheFile on YouTube, and gave me idea to do this, and set up this and that, and it goes over books on how to hack stuff legally, and I practice and practice. There you go, and you be legit. Um, like I said, I'm gonna look more into my Metasploitable 2. I mean, my Metasploitable 2 does a lot of things, so I'm gonna kind of like research that today. But 'cause I know my Metasploitable 2 is already set up. I might not do this one. Let's see. Anyways, see, Metasploitable 2. Among the security researchers, Metasploitable 2 is the most commonly exploited online application. High-end tools like Metasploit and Nmap can be used to test this application. And a lot of people use Metasploit. A lot of companies. The main purpose of this vulnerable application is network testing. It was modeled after the prominent Metasploit program, which security researchers use to discover security flaws. You might even be able to find a shell for this program. Yeah, here. And the damn vulnerable web, whatever the heck that is, are built-in features in this application. You may not be able to find the application's GUI, but you can still use numerous tools via terminal or command line to exploit it. You can look at this part, look at its part, service, Metasploit tool. I think I have a Metasploitable. Anyways, so there's a lot of, here it is. Just be careful where you're downloading these sources from. All right, I think that's it for this video. Um, just give you some ideas on what to do. This is a good book. I like this book. This book makes you think, makes you figure it out yourself. Doesn't give you all the answers. You got to kind of think about how you would use this stuff. Tells you orient yourself by using various web application tools we have discussed. Part of this guide. It doesn't tell you how. It doesn't tell you. You got to get creative. You got to figure it out yourself, because even in college, they're not going to tell you. They're going to give you an assignment, and then you're going to have to figure it out yourself. Like they were like, I need you to write in my Python class, I had to write a vulnerability scanning Python program or script, and with WordPress. So to test it, I had to figure out how to test it. So I had to figure out how to test WordPress and how to, scan it legally, because you can't just find somebody's WordPress site, put it in there, and be, trying to hack their site without their permission, right? So you could get in trouble. And then, they told me that in that class and everything. So you have to figure it all out. So this book is kind of cool. Figure it out. I think I'm gonna set up, WordPress. I've already done that. I think I'm gonna set maybe this one. I don't know. Who knows? I'm gonna look into it. But you guys have fun doing that. Next video we'll do exploitation tools. I'm gonna run ahead of this one and see. Look, this one's using Metasploit, so I'm sure we can use our Metasploitable to hack into using Metasploit, right? So this one will be fun. This one's actually using Metasploit the whole time, which is a tool that a lot of companies still use. A lot of companies expect you have used it before, and it's kind of a hard one. You have to know all these commands, set, R host, and I mean it's something you have to mess with a lot and play with. But you can attach payloads to Metasploit. You can look for vulnerabilities, and it's got a vulnerability database it's built in, or I mean, it's a really versatile program. And I mean, there's books on how to use Metasploit. I mean, it's not just this just tells you how to use the basics of it. This doesn't show you nothing. I mean, there's so much you can do with it. It's Armtage, Connect, and also stuff like this. So I'll run through this one first and see what I can use my imagination to come up with something that a little bit better than this video. I mean, but hopefully you learned how to, this from this video, how to, think for yourself and come up with your own idea how to test stuff. So, all right, that was Hack the File, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe.